Hello everyone, this is Bytesauce and welcome to episode 15 of Feed the Beast Unleashed, and I'm currently stood at my tree farm because I'm out of saplings. Now, with me generating my biofuel, if you can get down here, there you go. We do have quite a lot of it, so we've got 625 buckets worth, so that's a fair amount. But the problem is we don't have enough saplings. That's a very loud zombie. We don't have enough saplings to maintain it. So the first plan I have is to extend my tree farm. Now the most efficient way of doing this is to basically have this as a 3x5. So if I extend this in either too wide this way or too wide this way, that will be the most efficient I can get it. So I'm going to need some of these farm bricks. So I'm going to grab them and I will be back. So the first thing I've had to do is move the hatch along one, because with me having a 5x3, it will actually extend this dirt stuff out to 6 blocks in each direction. Now if you count from where it used to be, which was there, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which wouldn't look very pretty. So I'm basically moving this along this way, and I'll probably have to chop down that tree to make it all fit. So I'm going to clear out all this and mine it down a bit, and then I should be able to fill it in with all the farm bricks I have, and hopefully it should keep its state. So we'll soon find out. I've built it all back up, so now we have 3x5 and it's all working fine. It's emptied itself out, so we actually do need to put some more fertilizer in it because we lost that. That's fine. Now all I need to do is add the stone brick. So as I said before, it's going to have 6 in each direction. So if we come out this way, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to have this one, 5, and then finally this one. Now this should line up to the edge of this, and then it will come along 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then you create a diagonal all the way across until you line up with here, and then you do 3 across and then a diagonal again. Simple. So I'm going to do that off camera. I'm going to have to move all this stuff out the way because, yeah, not going to work with that in the way. And yeah, I'll come back and show you that. So I've finished it off. I've moved all these along. I kind of changed the order a bit, but that doesn't really matter. So this is the extra space I gained, and although it doesn't look like a lot, it's actually, it should help quite a lot when I'm doing it. So if I just add fertilizer, this hopefully should start planting. Oh, it's starting to chop trees down at least. It currently doesn't have any extra saplings to place down, but it will eventually build back up again and everything should be good. So I'm going to leave this to run for a bit. Oh, there's some dirt being placed down already, and I'm going to work on something else. So I've just started to produce myself some steel plates, because now I've got my tree farm improved, and that should hopefully keep up. I'm going to basically build my boiler, and I'm going to build it off in this direction here. So I'm going to implant it into the wall, 3 in, and I'm going to add some engines and whatnot. I don't currently have enough steel to complete it, but I'm going to start to get my the boiler ready and all the stuff to go with it, and hopefully by the time we've completed that, we should have enough steel to have all the engines. So I'm going to cook up all this, and then I'll come back when I've got some. Created myself 36 high pressure boiler tanks, and now I need some liquid fuel boiler fireboxes, because obviously I'm using liquid fuel, not solid fuel. So I should have everything if this goes in properly. There we go. And that should give us 9 fuel boxes. Now let's nip back downstairs and move all my stuff around like that. Actually, we need the hammer, but never mind. We dig off this way, like this, and then we need the fireboxes on the bottom, and then the fuel tanks up to 4 high. So we're going to need, let's grab some of this. up to 4 high, and then 3 by 3. So that gives us in total 36 tanks for the max size steam boiler. So that should be pretty cool. Let's just finish this off. And there we go. So we've got the biggest steam boiler you can basically make. Because it's high pressure, it will build up to 1000 degrees C when it's fully heated. And it will produce, if that wasn't so noisy, it should produce enough steam to power 18 industrial steam engines, which each produce 8 Minecraft joules per tick. So that's definitely a significant increase for what we've got. So I'm going to wait for the rest of the steel to be produced, and then I shall come back when I've got it all. Got all the steel ready. I crafted the engines up, I crafted a few other bits as well, and I've just grabbed a couple of ender tanks, and I'm going to colour them orange, orange, white for the, what's this called? Ethanol, that's the one. So I'm going to pick that back up and place that down. In fact, just before I do that, I should pick that off and give this a quick wrench. I'll probably leave it down there. And then all I need to do is attach, there you go, put a liquid duct, make them connect, and throw the ender tank on top. And that should fill up nicely. And then this other tank, I'm going to need to colour the same. And that way it should fill with ethanol, and this way I can attach it straight to the boiler. So I've also got my 18 steam engines, and I've come up with a bit of a plan. I'm not too sure how it's going to work, but basically I'm going to need to move this along one. So I'm just going to break one lot for now. It should give me enough room. Get rid of that. There you go. Did this not have any? Strange. Anyway, so let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So the way I'm going to have it is conduits going up, and attach all the engines like so. There you go, 18 engines, and then what we need is some liquid duct to run along the top like so, all the way down, and these can feed steam to each of the engines. We also need a row on the back. Let's get rid of that torch, and then we need to link these up, which I'll connect a bit later. I'll basically run it along the top and then down the back of the boiler. And if I just dig underneath here, we should find the bottom of the boiler. Should also find the pipe that runs to the other room. And if we put it off over here, I've got an aqueous accumulator somewhere. There we go. So throw that down, say that, piece of liquid up on top. And I'm going to need to grab another bucket of water, but I'll grab that in a bit. So that should start to fill, once I've got the other bucket of water, that should start to fill straight up automatically. And then I need the ender tank, which should be able to just be directly attached. So I think I'll put it over here. Put it on the side. Let's see if I can get out of here. Ah, there's the gap, that's okay. And now all I need to do is click that around and this should start to fill, but I need to grab another bucket of water and then I'll come back. Quickly starting to fill up with water from down there. And then, like I said, just need to give that a spin and it should all start to work. Now the problem with industrial steam engines is they actually need a redstone signal to work. So I've got some of this redneck cable. I'm just going to run it all the way down and dig it through the floor, and then I'm going to run it all the way down this side. If I can aim, which I don't appear to be able to. And then I'm going to dig underneath here, connect the two, and bring up the lever to this front bit here. So just dig back here, and then you should be able to. Whereabouts are they? Yeah. Close enough. Bring them down, and then pop them up here. So I'm going to do this all off camera because it's a bit boring. I'm also going to route the liquid duct around to the steam, to the boiler, and I'll show you it all when it's completed. Connecting up the liquid duct to the boiler, and because of the capacity of the liquid duct itself, I believe the most you need is 9 connections to the boiler itself. So just attaching these up, if I can jump, which I don't be able to, like that. There we go, and then finally one there, and that should all connect. Now, once the boiler reaches halfway, it should automatically force out the steam into the liquid ducts, so you don't need to wrench them and put a redstone signal on each. It should just work fine like this. So I'm going to dig my way out. Apart from it looking a bit messy, I'll just get this out of the way. This is kind of the end result. Now I'm going to basically move this and probably get rid of it because this should create quite a lot of steam. Quite a lot of power. And all I need to do is wrench these over and connect the conduit to these cells over here. And that way these can be expanded. I can add another one here when I've got another boiler, or onto this side. And I think it looks pretty cool. So all I need to do now is tidy up this stuff and flip over the thing to let the ethanol through. So I'm going to tidy it up off camera, and I'll come back. Came to check on my sapling production. That unfortunately isn't actually the real value, but these barrels were full. This chest was almost full. We didn't have, like I said, all the saplings we wanted, but this was full as well. So what I've had to do is I've had to grab myself a wooden transport pipe and one of these, an uptarget gate. Now if I just set this to redstone signal F energy pulsar, it should pull them out much faster, which should help with the overflow. Now I'm going to have to find another way to store all this, but I'll have to figure that out another time. Probably just end up sending it to my AE system. But it looks like we've got, well, at least more saplings than we used to have, and this is producing a lot more resources. So yeah, we're going to have to deal with that. But this looks like we should have enough. We now have 728 buckets of ethanol. So I'm going to flick the switch. As you can see, it fills up nice and fast, and it's starting to build up heat. So I'm going to wait until this starts to produce steam and show you the engines working. So I will be back when that happens. Steam's built up in the pipes. Steam's also built up in the boiler. And also, we have full stills. We've also got a bit of a backlog as well. So we're doing good. Now all I need to do, flick the lever, and all the engines should power up. There we go. These are a bit delayed. Not too sure why, but hey, they're all working. So I've got all my steam going. As you can tell, they're really, really loud. Yeah, that's my steam boiler finally going. So I've got a good build up of power. As you can see, all the cells that were empty are starting to fill up quite quickly. So thanks for watching episode 15 of Feed the Beast Unleashed. Don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe. See you later.